Para mim, esse é um momento muito especial. Eu passei, ano passado, 4 meses no Ártico e conheci Roland, a esposa dele, a cunhada dele. Eles me viram voando de paramotor e ali se encantaram. E falaram, eles querem aprender a voar. Acabei entregando o meu paramotor para eles, lá no Estreito de Bering, onde eles moram. E falei para eles, olha, tem um lugar, só um lugar, o único lugar que eu aconselho para vocês aprenderem a voar é aqui em Saquarema, com Daniel, na Escola de Paramotor Aéreas.
And so the paramotor gets you in the air, lets you get out where nobody else can go, and where other flying equipment can't go, and see things nobody can see.
Olha aí os 3 alunos do Alasca, já inflando a asa bem, ó. Caramba, muito bom. Olha os 3 aí, ó. Perfeito.
Well, I was just going to say about Daniel. He also just really loves flying. It is so clear that he just loves it. He's very passionate about it. And to have someone teaching you who loves it makes learning it fun.
This was really great. Daniel was great. Even though there was a little bit of a language barrier, it all worked out. Daniel being very patient, his staff really catering to us to make sure that we learned what we needed to learn to be safe and to be successful as pilots.
Eles vieram, uma coisa inacreditável, vieram do Estreito de Bering, do extremo norte do Alasca, vieram atravessando o Equador, 3 dias viajando para passar 10 dias aqui na Escola de Paramotor Aéreas com Daniel. E estão muito felizes, fizeram mais que 20 voos cada um. E para mim é um momento muito especial, porque eu acho que o paramotor ele é feito para explorar lugares muito inusitados, como o Alasca, como o extremo norte do Alasca. E esse é o pessoal certo. São caçadores, são exploradores, são pessoas que saem explorando o extremo norte do Alasca com skidoos, acampando, caçando. E agora eles vão ter uma nova ferramenta, o paramotor. Eu me orgulho muito de ter trazido eles para essa super escola com o nosso super professor Daniel para passar a segurança e poder explorar um dos lugares mais inusitados, mais hostis, mais extremos do nosso planeta, o Estreito de Bering, no Alasca. Eu estou aqui com minha câmera fotográfica registrando os momentos através de fotografias. Pela primeira vez eu não estou com uma câmera, eu estou com uma câmera fotográfica, querendo contar histórias através de momentos únicos. Hoje é o último dia, momentos que me emocionam muito, são os últimos voos aqui na segurança do Daniel, sabendo que amanhã eles voltam para o Alasca e vão estar voando solos no Alasca, no extremo norte do Alasca, em Nome, perto do Estreito de Bering. E é algo muito especial, uma responsabilidade gigantesca, porque a partir da manhã vai ser os 3, Roland, a esposa dele, a Deb, a cunhada dele, a Rachel, que vão estar ajudando um ao outro, relembrando todos os ensinamentos que eles vivenciaram aqui na Escola de Paramotor Saquarema, a escola do Daniel. E para mim foi fascinante poder acompanhar esse processo todo. Sempre que já pode acompanhar o processo de ensinamento do início ao fim. Eu acho que nunca é tarde para aprender. E eu aproveitei esse momento aqui com meus amigos do Alasca para poder acompanhar todo esse processo tão precioso de ver como que se ensina alguém que nunca voou a voar com segurança. Estão lá, os 3, nos ares de Saquarema. So, Rachel, how come Brazil?
Because of you, Sylvester.
What happened? How did it all happen? How did it all come about?
Well, we like adventures, most definitely. We met this crazy Brazilian sailor, Sylvester, in Nome, and you invited us to come to Brazil. We saw you flying, and suddenly we had a whole new world to explore.
It's a bit far away, you know, to come all the way across the equator to learn how to fly. You know, I mean, there are closer places to learn how to fly. So do you think it was a good decision or not?
I think so. In the end, this was really great. Daniel was great. Even though there was a little bit of a language barrier, it all worked out. Daniel being very patient, his staff really catering to us to make sure that we learned what we needed to learn to be safe and to be successful as pilots.
So, you know, learning is an important element, especially flying, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do you think is like the most important thing?
Well, I think keeping an open mind, listening to what the instructors have to say, and like really following through with what they say, because they've been doing this, they know how to do it, they know how to teach people. We always kind of have a thing between us. You know, we tend to like to do a lot of things ourselves, but when we recognize someone is professional at something and really has a skill at something, to listen to what they, you know, instruct, because they've been doing it, they know they're the person. So Daniel's the guy.
So now what's the next step?
Well, we go back to Nome and we try to do this on our own. We'll see how that goes.
So you're going to be in Nome and you're going to be trying to remember whatever you've gone through.
Yeah, we've only gone once with the three of us, and that's even with some inputs from Daniel and other folks. But we'll definitely take our time and make sure we are safe and are doing it correctly, and we'll take it slow and learn as we go.
Well, the second I saw you take off from the beach and climb, my whole world changed. Because I thought paramotoring was like parasailing, where you go and sit on the top of a mountain and spend all day waiting for the right wind, and then you might get a chance to do it, but you don't really care because that's not what it's about. But a paramotor is actually a little aircraft that has quite a wide range of wind speeds it can handle. I have one wing, but and I didn't put anything together or play with them at all, because I knew the second I did, I would go try to fly. And I wanted to learn how to do it right. I got a pilot's license and actually found it quite boring. And helicopter is fun, but too expensive. So this gives you the fun of being able to fly, and that's what I wanted. I've always wanted, is just to be able to fly for fun. And it's hard to do. And so the paramotor gets you in the air, lets you get out where nobody else can go and where other flying equipment can't go, and see things nobody can see. And that's really what we've been trying to do. We've done the snow machining in the Arctic, 35 below, you know, hot tent camping, and we've done ATV trips, just beating our bodies up, pounding over the tundra, and then now we can fly over it and hopefully land a little gentler and have some adventure. So it's just the fun. It's for fun.
It's also something we can do together.
Yeah.
We're adventurous, and we try to do something we are all capable of doing. So this is one thing we're trying out, see if we can do this. And Silvestre, I saw you. We were getting on were we already in the kayaks?
Yeah.
We were already in the kayaks in Nome, and there you came up above us and over us toward Abel Tasman, and I'm like, Roland, look, that looks like fun. And then he said, oh yeah, we're gonna do that. And like, he decided that instant. And I'm just like, I didn't mean that. But here we are.
I mean, Alaska is a pretty extreme place, and
Yeah.
it's big, and it's a place where you can always explore. Can you just tell me a little bit about that, and how paramotoring could be a really good way of exploring?
Well, we've been able to get out, like Roland said, snow machining. When there's enough snow out. And in the summertime, we've been able to get out on four-wheelers and do adventuring out in the country. You don't have to go very far and you're out in the country. You're out in the wilderness and with nature. We've seen bears, we've seen fox, we've seen wolves. You know, anything that's out there, we get to see it. Moose, caribou, muskox. I don't know, what else do you want to say about Nome?
You know, what she said about Nome is when you're 10 minutes out of town, farther away from anybody that you'll ever get anywhere in the lower 48. You'd have to be like somewhere Death Valley, but even then you probably still have cell signal. You drive 10 minutes out of Nome and you're out of cell signal. You have a ham radio, you can use sat phone, but there's nobody's going to find you. And people disappear in Nome all the time. In fact, they've made shows about it, that it's alien abductions or something. And it's just so big so when you're on a four-wheeler, you go and see a mountain off in the distance, that's 3 days away. With a snow machine, it's quicker. We like that. But with a paramotor, if we see a mountain off in the distance, we're going to fly to it. And there's so many things that we've wanted to get to even with the snow machines that we just have not been able to reach. We have a couple of spots that we have gotten to that it took us years of planning. And so we have a checklist of things that we want to get to that we've been working on.
For example, Serpentine Hot Springs. You can get there in the winter by snow machine, but in the summertime you can only get there by air. There is a small airstrip there, so that's one of the places would be really nice to paramotor to. In the summertime when we go four-wheeling, there are some trails, but if you want to go off the trail, it's rocky tundra with plants growing on it, so it's very bumpy and slow. So paramotoring will allow us to get there quickly and enjoy the view and explore places we didn't know existed. That will be a lot of fun.
So having all these plans, the learning process is pretty important, and you guys came a long way. I hope it was the right decision to come here.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, so we really didn't want to. I did check the other schools. We watched YouTube, and we didn't really want to be part of a group of 25 people, a bunch of dudes all partying and making jokes, and and we're not loud people, and we don't really want to be. We don't mind meeting people, but we're not like the life of the party. And so when we saw the kind of the environment where paramotoring usually learning occurs, it's just not our thing. And so I called Parajet and said, this is who I am, this is how I learn. They're like, well, you should go to Daniel in Brazil. So I felt it was a little suspicious that everybody's pointing me towards Daniel. So I spent a lot of time tracking down his chops. And he basically thrives off of one-on-one interaction. If I had known that it was going to be basically a giant, it's a grass field where they grow grass, and it's probably this field is 3 times the size of my hometown. You have 60,000 square meters of grass, and I came here with big boots and expecting to be jumping off the beach and clambering over stuff, and I get here and it's like a giant golf course, perfectly level, perfect winds, perfect environment, not a bunch of people, and we had attention of a trainer and also an excellent assistance. Because after the second day, you're beat. You're running with a pack on your back, you're lifting sails, you're just doing stuff you're not normally doing. I'm 54. I just had knee surgery last year. I'm not a spring chicken, and so I didn't want to learn in an environment where I was competing with a bunch of 20-year-old guys that were just there to party. And it was everything I hoped it would be. I got VIP treatment, and very patient with me. It was really fun to also experience the Brazilian culture. Daniel brings a blend of patience, and you can't get this experience in the lower 48. They couldn't afford it to run a school this way. And I would highly recommend it. It's worth every minute of travel time and the extra money you spend to get here. The class is not that expensive, and it's a top-notch, most beautiful place I've been. And the weather's been great. The food's been good, too good. So now I have to go home and get back on the chicken diet and, count my calories and get my weight back down so I don't blow my knee out. But yeah, what do you think about the physical part?
Well, I was just going to say about Daniel. He also just really loves flying. It is so clear that he just loves it. He's very passionate about it. And to have someone teaching you who loves it makes learning it fun.
Yeah, he's not a burnt-out flight instructor who's sick of it.
He was fantastic the whole time.
So tell us how you could challenge Daniel, because probably no one ever in his career as a teacher and owner of a school, he will have people coming from that far away as you did. Nome is furthest destination possible to come here and learn how to fly. So that's pretty cool in a way for him.
Well, we've invited him to come to us and to fly unknown. And we think that we will probably be back and bring more people to learn. So us coming here with this invite expands paramotoring across the world.